Your brain receives 11 million pieces of information every second. However, it only processes 40 of them. The remaining 10,999,960 pieces of information are erased. That's proof that reality changes. While you say nothing changes, reality is constantly changing. But your brain is programmed to see the old version, and you believe it. That's the problem. In this video, I'll give you a 5-day test. At the end of 5 days, your old version will die. But this will only happen when you're ready to kill it. Most people do everything to protect it. Are you ready? Take this information to the end and write, "I'm ready," in the comments. Part 1. Reality has changed. You didn't notice. Now let me tell you about an experiment in psychology. The change blindness experiment. They show a person a photograph. 1 second. Then a blank screen. Then the same photograph again. But this time, something has changed. There's no car in the background. Or a tree is different. Or someone's clothes have changed. And the question is, did you notice the change? Most people don't. They don't see it the first time. They don't see it the second time. They might not even see it the third time, because the brain creates the illusion of consistency. It says, everything is the same. But it's not. Now apply this to your life. Every morning you look in the same mirror, the same face, the same person. But are they really the same? From last night to this morning, 300 million cells died in your body. 300 million new cells were born. Physically, you are not the same person you were yesterday morning. But you look in the mirror and say, "I'm the same." Why? Because your brain is using the old template. And this template says, this is who you are. And you believe it. But the real problem is, the phrase, "this is who you are," is about who you were yesterday. It's not about who you are today. This isn't just physical. It's also mental. It's also emotional. It's also related to your energy level. When you wake up this morning, you're not the same person you were yesterday, but you act like you did yesterday, because the brain wants identity consistency, and that's where the bottleneck comes in. The bottleneck is this: reality is constantly in motion. You're in a frozen version of yourself, and because you're frozen, you can't see the movement of reality. You say nothing changes, but actually, you don't change. Let me give an example. There's a man who goes to work every day. The same route, the same office, the same desk. He says, "Nothing changes in my life." But really, this morning, a different car was parked on that road. Did he notice? No. A colleague came to the office with a different haircut. Did he notice? No. The light coming from the window next to his desk was from a different angle. Did he notice? No. Because the brain uses the sameness pattern, and this pattern erases what changes. It only shows what's the same. And here's a very important question. Why does the brain do this? Answer: to save energy. The brain uses a lot of energy, and if it reprocesses everything, it gets very tired. So it says the same and continues. Fast, efficient, but wrong. And you live with this wrong every day. Now let me tell you something. At least 3 things have changed in your life so far. Small things. But they changed, and you didn't notice. What are these 3 things? I don't know. Because you didn't notice. But they exist, and you couldn't see them because the old lens is still in your eye. In the second part, I will explain how to remove that lens. Because that lens consists of 3 layers, and each layer locks you into the old version. I believe you will like this informative video at the end. Subscribe to our channel now. There are many more secrets that will surprise you. Chapter 2: The 3 Frozen Layers of Perception and How to Break Them. Layer 1: Past Version. You're no longer that person, but you act like one. First layer: Past Identity. The you of yesterday, the you of last year, the you of 10 years ago. And here's the problem. You're no longer that person, but you act like them, because the brain wants consistency. Example: there's a woman who ended a relationship 5 years ago. And in that relationship, she felt, I'm not worthy of love. 5 years have passed, but today she still carries the same feeling. Why? Because this feeling has become part of her identity. And now, when she enters a new relationship, she brings back the old feeling. I'm not worthy of love. The new person is different, but looks at things from the old perspective. Result? The same feeling. The way to break this layer: the recognizing past version technique. Look in the mirror tomorrow morning and ask yourself, is this person the me of yesterday? If the answer is yes, ask the next question. Do I have to be the same person I was yesterday? The answer is no. But the brain says yes, because it's a habit. And to break that habit, you need to see it. This is the first breaking point. Layer 2: Expectation Lock. The future is already different, but you expect it to be the same. The second layer: Future Expectation. What will tomorrow be like? What will next month be like? What will next year be like? And here's the problem. The brain's answer is based on the past. Next month will be the same as last month. But that's not true. The future is not a repetition of the past, but you expect it to be. And this expectation prevents you from seeing the difference in the future. For example, there's a man who gets the same salary every month for 3 years. And now he thinks, I'll get the same salary next month. This is a logical expectation, but at the same time, this expectation closes off a different possibility. What if there's a raise next month? What if there's a bonus? What if an opportunity for extra income arises? The brain doesn't take these things into account because it expects the same. And this expectation of the same prevents it from seeing the change in reality. Change is already happening, but it doesn't see it because it's looking through the lens of the same. The way to break this layer: the zero expectation technique. Every morning when you open your eyes, ask yourself, what will happen today? But don't answer, just ask. And be open to the unknown, because change comes from the unknown. And you've shut it off by saying it will be the same. Layer 3: Identity Restriction. You're protecting who you are not who you are. Identity confusion is this. This is who I am. This sentence, this belief, and this belief exists to protect who you are not. What does this mean? Like this. When you say, I'm shy, what are you actually saying? I'm not a social person. This is negative identity. You are defining who you are not. And this definition keeps you there. Because if you do something not shy, your identity clashes. And the brain doesn't like conflict. So it keeps you in your old identity. An example: there's a young person who sees themselves as a failure. They got bad grades on a few exams in school. And now they say, I'm a failure. But they get a job, a good job, and they start to succeed. Their bosses praise them. Their friends congratulate them. But they still see themselves as a failure. Why? Identity obsession. The I'm a failure identity doesn't accept the successful experience. There's a conflict. And what does the brain do? it belittles this experience. Just luck, it says. It's temporary, it says, because it wants to protect its identity. The way to break this layer is the let go of who you are not technique. Take a piece of paper. Write on it, I am not. Fill in the blank. Shy, failure, unlucky, whatever. Then look at that paper and ask yourself, is this really me? If the answer is no, tear up that paper. Tear it up physically. Because a physical act creates a symbolic break. When you break these 3 layers, the old lens falls away, and you begin to see something new. Reality has already changed. Friends, life is actually very simple. We're just wrongly coded. And this has been the case for a very long time. It may take time to get out of this situation. For this, we need discipline and consistency. Chapter 3, 5-Day Perception, Reset. Days 1 to 2, The Difference, Hunt. The first 2 days have one task. Find what is different, at least 3 each day. You wake up in the morning, look around. What is different? Is the light different? Is the sound different? Is the air different? Small things, but find them. Throughout the day, observe people. Did someone do something different? Did they change their hair? Is their walk different? Is their speech different? Find them. In the evening, look at yourself. What did you do differently today than yesterday? Did a different thought come to your mind? Did you make a different decision? Did you feel a different emotion? Find them. And each time you find something, write it down. But just write it down. Don't interpret it. Don't say, this is good or this is bad. Just say different. Because the goal is to instill a new habit in the brain, to see the difference, to break the pattern of similarity. Days, 3 to 4 days. Identity change. Test act differently. But remember, this isn't cheating. This is trying on a different version of yourself. Example, if you're always quiet, be a little louder these 2 days. If you're always hasty, be a little slower these 2 days. If you're always serious, be a little more relaxed these 2 days. And observe. What happens? Do people treat you differently? Does life flow differently? Do you feel different? Most people are shocked by this test because they realize, I'm stuck in my old identity, and this identity is preventing reality from changing. Day 5, the final test. Is the old me dead? The 5th day is the most important test. You wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror, and you ask yourself, I know who I am right now, but who was this person 5 days ago? If the answer is someone else, then you've succeeded. Your old self is dead because you no longer recognize it. But if the answer is, it was the same person, then they haven't died yet. The old perspective is still active. And here's a warning, the risk of regression. Most people revert to their old selves after 5 days. Why? Because the environment is waiting for your old self. Your family knows the old you. Your friends know the old you. Your workplace knows the old you. And when they tell you you've changed, the brain panics. It says, go back to your old self, because it wants social conformity. But the real question is, will you revert to your old self, or will you remain in your new self? How to maintain continuity? The answer is simple, but difficult. Keep searching for the different every day. Don't give up, because the moment you give up, the brain reverts to the old pattern. And one more thing, allow people to revert to their old selves. The environment doesn't need to change. You have changed. That's enough. At the end of these 5 days, you will realize something. Reality never stayed the same. It was always changing. But you were looking through the old lens, and that lens change was erasing it. Now, the lens is closed, and reality is emerging. Everything is in motion, including you. But the real question is, can you allow this movement, or will you freeze again? Because freezing is easy. Moving is difficult. When you freeze, everything is predictable. When you move, nothing is certain. And most people want certainty. That's why they freeze. And then they say, nothing is changing. But the truth is, you are the one who hasn't changed. See, this might be difficult for you the first time, and that's normal. The important thing is not to give up. Take a break for a few days and then continue this test. Download this video to your phone so you can watch it anytime. If you like this video, write "The old me is dead" in the comments. I want to see how many people can do this. Also, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because I will explain other information in the next video. Don't miss it. Thanks.